Hello everyone, my name is Rachel and I have a bit of a problem. The most shameful purchase is how many I have made. I played Overwatch for a year or so on PlayStation 4. I dread to think how many loot boxes I bought in that, but damn did I look good. I played Elder Scrolls Online on the PlayStation, later on the Xbox. I bought a lot of stuff on there as well. Bought a nice hairstyle, got a new horse, got a lot of other stuff. As you may or may not already know, I play a lot of World of Warcraft. Been playing that for 10 years. Have bought a lot of stuff. Mounts, pets, but I look good. God, there's probably more. There's probably tons and tons more. I play mobile games. Yeah, I play Castle Cats. Shout out to my boys at Castle Cats. Spent money in that. Bought some cats. Bought some outfits for my cats. I play the Kingdom Hearts game for mobile. It's very good. Very good. Very expensive though if you want to buy gems and you need them and you've got one day left to get that nice Halloween Sora medal, and it costs £15 for the Halloween Sora medal. But I did it because, you know what? Life is for living. It's for buying silly little things and enjoying yourself.
If you've been playing GTA Online for a while now, and you'll of course recall Josh Brown's hilarious story about the man crashing into the trees in the final heist, which may or may not have been me. I'm not sure. I did that a lot. There is a thing called a shark card, and you can get these when you're low on funds and you want to buy things. Now, throughout the course of my degree at university, GTA Online was a realm that I could escape into and do heisty heists and shooty shoots and other things. And when you play a lot, you get lots of money, so it's fine. But gradually, over the course of GTA Online, the economy ballooned, shall we say, and Rockstar noticed that when people had less time to play the game, they would more often than not invest in a shark card, and these came in different sizes, you can get different things. And basically, there came a point where they introduced this DLC where you could run your own business online. I think you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, and you could get your own office with your own secretary, and then you could do all
for real money.
No.
Okay.
So you could get it with in-game stuff, but if you hadn't been absolutely shafting it for every night from 6 till 2 in the morning, there was no way you could get it. You might have been doing. I'm sure people did get it that way. So I was there and I was like, you know what? Me and my mates, we want to play it, and I was like, you know what? I'll take one for the team. I'll buy this stupid microtransaction so I can play this. And then I did, and I discovered that you have to play it all in a public lobby, so you're just there roaming around. And just some random dickhead in his bloody, what they call those space car will come around and zap you, right, and you'll lose all your money. So basically you have to do it in a public session, and you get all these people who obviously did not know the pain of purchasing this microtransaction, and then seeing all your money kind of flutter away before your eyes, because you actually have to turn a profit. So you spend money effectively to lose money.
You spend real money and then lose real money?
Well, you spend real money, yes, to get the fake money to make more fake money.
That's a that's a bit.
But the thing I don't understand is, so that if you haven't banked your cash, and if somebody kills you, does that mean that you lose the cash that you've just bought with real life money?
It's not. Right. So basically, there's a drug trade, yeah, right? And you.
Damn right, there's a drug trade.
You know a lot about this.
I'm getting. So there's a drug trade. There's an art thing that you can store your stuff in, right, and then you take it out, and you buy the merchandise, then you ship the merchandise. But when you're shipping the merchandise, other players can go, "Ooh, who's this dickhead down here?" and can just swoop in and kill you. So that effectively ruins everything. Yes, you can lose your money doing that, and I might have. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I only really started buying microtransactions 2 years ago, so I don't have that many shameful in-game purchases except maybe the Batmobile in Rocket League. But that's fine because it's only embarrassing because it's from Batman vs Superman. I'm sorry, I didn't like that movie. So I've got a more general one, and that's when I first got my PlayStation 4. I accidentally bought FIFA 14 for full price, £55, by accident, and I'll tell you why, Rich. I know you're so interested. It's because I had to plug in my the new DualShock into my PlayStation 3, which was upstairs, and you had to use the wire. So I'm playing Bioshock Infinite on that while my PlayStation 4 was downstairs. Little did I know that it was still connected to the PlayStation 4 downstairs, and you were controlling both consoles, so I was just playing away, and then I got an email on my phone from PlayStation. It was like, oh, thanks for your purchase of FIFA 14 for £55. And I was like, I didn't buy this. Have I been hacked? And it took about 4 hours to figure out how this worked. And it was because somehow, despite using the controller upstairs, I had gone into the store downstairs and bought FIFA 14 somehow, which sounds ludicrous. And I tried to get a refund for it. Obviously, I phoned up Sony, and they didn't believe me, because why would you believe someone? This is a stupid story. This obviously sounds like someone who has bought a game and been annoyed by it and wanted a refund, so they span a tail. And I was trying to explain to them that it wasn't my fault that I left the controller on, and then I accidentally went into the store and somehow purchased this game, and yet it was entirely my fault, and I'm a total idiot. And that is more shameful to me than buying and owning Playboy the Mansion, the video game. And I think I'm right about that.
I think I've made the worst decision out of all of us here today, and that is aside from Ewan's shark card controversy. Ladies and gentlemen, I have indeed bought COD points. What? There is a story behind this, okay? This is about Black Ops 3, which I've put stupid hours into for solely zombies, but when it got to about 2 weeks before Black Ops 4 was releasing, I was so close to 100%ing zombies. So in Call of Duty, they have a load of challenges in like the back end of the menus and stuff. Where you get like XP, you can get unlocks and bits and pieces, but they have it for zombies as well. I think they do it for calling cards in the new games. Like all the achievements have all the challenges have a calling card to go with it. So for zombies, I had 97% of it done. And it got to about a week before Black Ops 4 came out, and I was like, my goal is to 100% zombies. I want to have that 100%. You don't really get much for it, I just want it there on my screen. I've put enough time, I could justify the stupid number of hours I put into playing these same maps over and over again. And the problem with this challenge was, the last one I had standing, was it is a challenge that revolves around Gobblegum, which if you're an old Zombies fan, you won't know what on earth these are. They're like mini perks, but you can only get them through spinning a machine on the menus that requires a currency, which you can find in-game. It's very slow, or you can buy them. And I'd managed to do all of the other challenges for these Gobblegums, no problem, but it was just this last one, and every time I was spinning gums and stuff, I'd never ever get them. And if I did, I'd get one, and you get 2 uses out of it per game, and it's gone. And it's not easy to do to get these numbers up. So it was the day before, it was literally the day before Black Ops 4 released, and I was expecting the PC release to be at midnight so I could just go and play that, but it wasn't. But that night I was like, right, I'm gonna 100% zombies. I'm going to do it, and the only way I'm going to is by buying Liquid Divinium, and to buy Liquid Divinium you need to buy COD points. So I willingly bought, I don't know how many COD points it was. It wasn't stupid amounts because you do get a lot of Divinium for COD points, but I still bought COD points in the first place. So I bought a load of COD points, bought a load of Liquid Divinium. I spun the whole lot, and I got like 6 or 7 burned outs, which was the Gobblegum I needed. So it's like, thank God I've got potentially enough here to complete zombies, to get this last challenge done. And I knew what map I was going to go on, I knew my tactic, I knew what I had to do. I must have been about 150, 250 zombies I had to kill with this thing where you get, if you have the Gobblegum active, you get hit, and there's a big burst of fire around you, and you kill all the zombies in your vicinity. And I needed to kill X number of zombies with that ability to get the challenge and complete the game. And so I had like 6 or 7 of these burned outs ready to go, and it was like excellent. Went on to race, got my training routes sorted out, got them all in a big group, was practicing along, and it's like, yep, this is all good. Got the Gobblegum out of the machine, was ready to go. Genuinely, like 3 zombies had come in, accidentally took a hit. That's one half of the Gobblegum gone. Another few zombies came in, took another hit before I even got a train of 24. Rage quit the game, and I've not played Black Ops 3 since. Those Gobblegums are still there waiting. I can still complete it. I can still 100% it. But just after dropping like 20 quid on COD points and then just knackering it on the first attempt.
Move on, Rich. When the fun stops, stop.
I think I'm in the same boat as Rach really with mobile games. If I buy a mobile game, I'm going to drop some money in it. I might buy the mobile game to begin with and then continue with the in-app purchases because there's no stopping this crazy train. In Pokemon Go, the version of Pokemon that we play by walking rather than actually doing the whole game, I just keep buying stuff in the store. Like keep buying coins to buy things, getting Pokeballs. I'm really at like throwing the Pokeballs, so like they just go everywhere, just wangled all over the place, and I can't do it, so I have to keep buying Pokeballs to actually be able to play this stupid game and catch all the things. There was like the event last week for the Halloween Pokemon, Spiritomb, and it was like a time-limited one. I spent like it was only on for a week, and I just didn't do it until the last 2 days and proper stressed myself out. I ended up following Jules to town behind him, trying to catch Pokemon. He doesn't let me walk next to him, so that's a whole different story, you know. Got to play my Pokemon in the background. Trying to catch these Pokemons, literally spent like 2 hours and a lot of 79p purchases on getting Pokeballs. I got my Spiritomb, wasn't a time-sensitive task is what I found out afterwards, so I'd spent all that money, all that time, all that pain, all the insults from Jules for nothing. Like it was a bad time. That and Card Wars. The Adventure Time Card Wars, that stupid Floop the Pig game with the hearts running out, and Candy Crush as well, but we'll not go into that. Like it's just... Microtransactions are a plague. They're a plague. They're a plague, and I have it. I'm ill. I'm sick.
Well, so remember PlayStation Home from back? You do back in 2006 and 7 or whatever it was. Sony had this whole idea where you would live a virtual life, it's a very Second Life. You'd have a digital house and you'd put like music in it. You'd live a whole virtual life, and it was all very lovely. And I lived a little virtual life. I played virtual pool with my friends, and I thought one day I want a particular digital jacket that was available in a game. And it was the first time I'd ever looked at cosmetic DLC, and there was a price tag on it. I think it was about £3 or something. And I was feeling a bit flush. I'd been paid by Argos, and I thought, well, why not splash out a bit? And so I went into the in-game store, and I bought a little lovely digital jacket, which was like some sort of black one with like the Wolverine thingies, like these little bands on the... It looked good, all right? It was fine. It was worth the £3 in the moment. And when I put the transaction through, what?
I'm sorry, are you inferring, when you said the Wolverine thing, do you mean you bought yourself a goth duster coat?
No.
Like with the actual bracelets with the spikes on?
No, I mean, no, God, no. I wish. No, I don't think they had stuff like that. It wasn't as like extreme as you might have wanted from PlayStation Home. It was way more like mainstream. Anyway, the jacket was very lovely and I bought it. But when I went to put the transaction through, it finalized, but then it errored out and said it like came up with like some sort of like can't find destination error thing. And so I was like, well, have I got my digital jacket or not? And I didn't. Even though they took the money from the account, I didn't get my digital jacket. So I had to ring PlayStation Helpline because I was like, well, I want my digital jacket regardless. I've paid money for a thing and like I need it. I don't need it, but I want it. I do kind of need it. And so I rang them and just having to wait in the queue for about 45 minutes to get through to some PlayStation Helpline person. And then them being like, how can I help? And I was like, right, well, I've bought this like digital jacket on PlayStation Home and it hasn't, like, it's like completed, but it hasn't really completed. And she had no idea what I meant. Like just couldn't get it at all. She's like, sorry, but we don't sell like clothing. We just sort of like, is it a PlayStation branded thing? I was like, well, no, yeah, but like it's in the thing. No idea. And so after a while she was like, sorry, I can't help you. And I just had to hang the phone up and I just sat there in my bedroom at the time, just lamenting every single second of everything that had transpired that led to that moment. It was like max pain, but without the cool stuff.
Was it a free helpline?
Probably not, to be honest.
I was about to say, it cost you more than £3, mate.
Yeah, that's a really good point, yeah. If anything, they owe me. I never got that jacket, and then they shut PlayStation Home down. And so I've still got it listed on my transaction list of a jacket that I once bought in like 2006 or whatever that I never got.
Jesus. I'm
bollocks, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Marriage is good, don't it? Let's do that.
So I'm a man who unashamedly owns every single Extreme Beach Volleyball, Honey Pop, Sengan, Kakura, Beach Peach, Splash. The concept of having a shameful thing doesn't really appeal to me. However, in the game that probably suits it the least, I've been banging on a lot about Valkyria Chronicles 4. And I love that game because it reminds me of XCOM meets World War II meets a high school anime. It's weird but brilliant. They've released a piece of DLC which is Squad E goes to the beach.
Okay.
You get to unlock some swimsuits for the women in the team.
How much do they cost?
It's the most expensive DLC
in the entire pack at £6.49.
And you've paid this.
I was a bit disappointed I got the limited super edition and it didn't come with it, so I really just bought it to just make sure that I had the complete experience. The question of whether or not my team now sports the swimsuits in other conditions than the beach, that's probably best left alone.
So they have swimsuits.
No, that's probably best left alone. That's probably best left alone. That's probably best left alone.